Good morning, greetings, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That's why we're here every day on The Bright Side, helping to clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 32 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, skin health questions, ingredient questions, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you. We welcome your phone calls on the Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. If you have a comment or success story you'd like to share, 844-236-6010 is your number. We love hearing from you. Let's make this show a dialogue rather than a monologue. It's definitely more interesting when there's some communication. Plus, I love talking to my smart listeners. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you're listening to this program, you are a smart listener. This is not a radio program for the average Joe, because we dive deep into how nutrition and how health really work. It's not just about selling products. It's not just about taking products. It's not just about supplements. Health is multidimensional. There's all kinds of avenues to approach good health. Spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. We've been talking about the electrical nature of the body. We'll continue talking about that. Healing is voltage. So if you're listening to this program, consider yourself to be one of the outliers. Somebody once told me a long time ago, if you are not standing on the outside, if you're not standing near the edge, you're taking up too much space. Outliers are not taking up space. We're the people who are pushing the envelope. That's what I've been doing all my life. That's what this radio program is about, and chances are that's what you're about if you like this program. Anyway, if you're interested in checking out our longevity products, go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com, and click on the Join the Team link. You can sign up to join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $25 fee. You can be in business for yourself, and you and I can work together to help change the world at the most fundamental level there is, which is the level of good health and good nutrition. Call 866-735-2470 if you want to talk to a real live person, or go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, criticalhealthnews.com, and click on the Join the Team link. All right, welcome back to the Bright Side. We're talking about the energetics and the electrical nature of the body. Our bodies are electrical equipment. Everything about our bodies are electrical. Our bones are electrical. Our muscles are electrical. The heart is electrical. The tissues are electrical. The cells are electrical. The molecules and the atoms that make everything up are electrical. The earth is electrical. The sky is electrical. The atmosphere is electrical. Everything's electrical. The sun is electrical. The entire universe, all of existence, is an electrified fabric within which the planets and the stars and the people and the bacteria and everything is embedded. We live in an electrical blanket where everything is connected via electricity. By the way, that's proof of the unity of everything. Everything is connected electrically. In space, it looks like planets and stars are spread far apart, but they are actually connected via something called plasma, which is electrified gas. We live in a plasma universe. 99.99% of the universe is plasma. It's electricity. This is so, so important. Our eyes don't tell us this. And if you just live your life via your eyeballs, you're going to miss power. That's really one of the major reasons why human beings are not as powerful as they could and should be. It's because we think things only exist if we can see them or smell them. Even smelling them, we don't believe. Or feeling, we don't believe. We have to see things. That is so disempowering. The idea that we have to see things. Our doctors believe they have to see things. Medicine believes it has to see things. That's why they tell you there's no proof and there's no evidence. And, oh, that's just your belief. And, oh, that's not real. Oh, that's not scientific. It's because we can't see electricity. We see lightning. We believe in lightning. And we can turn on our radios and we can hear electricity coming out of our radios. But for some reason, if we can't see it, we don't believe it. But the fact of the matter is the world is made of electricity, and our bodies are made of electricity, and the cells are made of electricity, which, by the way, is a synonym for energy. Electricity equals energy. So it should come as no surprise, once you understand this, that we live in an electrical universe, and we're electrical, and everything's electrical, and energy. It should come as no surprise that health is electrical, and healing is electrical, and arthritis is an electrical phenomenon, and taking care of your arthritis is also an electrical phenomenon. Period. It's electrical. Everything we associate with health, from exercise to supplements to energy to clear thinking to diet, relaxation, respiration, everything at its most fundamental level is an electrical phenomena, and all health benefits arise via electricity, period. All health benefits arise via electrical phenomena, period. It's all about electricity. It's the most direct route to healing. Vitamins and nutrients are important because they trace the electrical energy. They direct the electrical energy. They shunt the electrical energy. But the electrical energy is the core of it all. And if knowledge is power, or at least knowledge is potential power, action is really power. Knowledge is the possibility of power. If we're going to leverage, take advantage of the powers of electricity, the fundamental levels of health, the fundamental levels of our being, we got to talk about electricity. We got to talk about energy. And if you buy into the medical dogma that dismisses energy healing, this is what energy healing is about. If you buy into the medical dogma that says energy healing or energy medicine or pseudoscience or their quackery, and there's no proof, whatever that means, you're going to be missing out on an important healing modality. And it's unfortunate. There's something called earthing, and I guarantee you, if you tell your doctor about earthing, he will tell you that it is a bunch of pseudoscience nonsense if he's the standard average doctor. Not all doctors, of course, but if he's a standard average representative of the medical model, you tell him about this thing called earthing, he'll tell you it's ridiculous. That's the medical model's position on earthing. What is earthing? It's also known as barefooting. Earthing is this simple little healing strategy where you walk barefoot in the dirt. And you say, what the heck's that going to do? Well, guess what? The dirt is electrical. Good soil. Even just walking barefoot on anything. But if you walk barefoot on good soil, not only will you be driving electrical energy from the earth into your body, but you'll feel it. Walk on dry earth, or dry dirt, I should say, like a dirt road or something, and then walk on soil, and you can feel the difference. That cooling feeling is electrical. That cooling feeling is the movement. It's the movement of electrical energy. That's what electrons do. They have a cooling effect. You can actually feel electrons in the air after it rains. They call it negative ions. Negative ions are basically electrons, and you can smell it, and you can feel it, and it feels great. What is that great feeling? That's healing. That's health. Oh, the ocean. Why do you think people like the ocean so much? Or one of the reasons, anyway. There's a lot of reasons to like the ocean, but one of the main reasons is it's like pure electrons in the air by the ocean. Is like saturated with electrical energy. It's saturated with electrons. So we can feel this stuff. Barefooting, you actually walk on the dirt, and it's been shown to have, to upregulate, to stimulate, to turn on, to enhance the electrical energy inside the body. Electrons literally go from the earth through your feet into your body. It has some incredible health benefits. It's a great book called Earthing by Dr. Stephen Sinatra. You may want to look into if you find this interesting. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this. We are back on the bright side. Got lines open, 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear talked about or advertised on the program, call 866-735-2470 or head to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. You can order longevity products off the website. You can also sign up to join the Brightside Ben team off the website as well. Or call 866-735-2470 for more info. And don't forget to check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. And if you're an esthetician out there, we are doing some wholesale business, a select wholesale business. If you're interested in carrying Truth in your spa or in your salon, head to truthtreatments.com, send us an email, or send an email to support@truthtreatments.com. If you have a salon or spa or a health facility, even chiropractors or physicians, certainly. TruthTreatments.com is our website. We've got a skin health blog as well as all the Truth Skin Health products at TruthTreatments.com, TruthTreatments.com. All right, so we are talking about the energy nature of the body. Knowledge is power. Understanding how to leverage energy, how to leverage electricity is one of the most important aspects of keeping our bodies healthy, of maintaining health. I always say on the program, all disease is cell disease, and all cell disease is preceded by dirty blood. Dirty blood is an electrical phenomena. When blood becomes dirty, it does not generate electrical charges as well as it should. It does not provide electrical energy to the cells as well as it should. Aging and deterioration of the body are electrical phenomena. Arthritis is about electricity. Macular degeneration is about electricity. Cardiovascular health issues and cancer and diabetes are about electricity. So it just makes sense. If we want to be healthy, we got to understand a little bit about electronics, and it's not airy-fairy. We were talking about barefooting before we went to break. I guarantee you, if you go to a standard doctor and tell them about barefooting, they'll just laugh at you or they'll roll their eyes. But barefooting is nothing more than providing a source for electrons to flow from the earth into our bodies. And it's been shown over and over again to work with imagery. I'm looking at thermal and photographic images of the effects of earthing on page 69 of the book Earthing by Clinton Ober, Stephen Sinatra, and Martin Zucker. Earthing is spelled just like it sounds. Earth, like the planet ing. You walk on the earth and you get electrons. And this is all based on the pioneering work of a guy named James Oschman, Dr. James Oschman, Oschman, who's really the first guy, the first legitimate scientific medical professional, literally he's a doctor, who really was the first guy in textbooks, in medical textbooks, not in the kind of books you get at Barnes & Noble, but medical textbooks. He was the first guy to talk about using clinical electricity. He wrote a book called Energy Medicine, and it is an incredible book. If you're a healthcare professional, you have to read this book. If you're a doctor, you have to read this book. Even if you're a layperson, it's amazing. He talks about the stuff we talk about in this program all the time, which if you understand how electronics work and how cells work and how tissue works, makes perfect sense. He was one of the first guys I started to read who talked about the connective tissue as a key element of a key component of the electrical system in the body. It's actually the connective tissue that is responsible for electrifying everything. The blood is connective tissue. Yes, it's liquid connective tissue. The liquid connective tissue and the so-called solid connective tissue, which is not solid at all, it's a gel. The gel connective tissue and the liquid connective tissue, there's nothing solid in the body, by the way. It's all gel, with maybe the exception of bone, I would say. But even bone has a gel-like nature, hard as it may be. Anyway, Dr. Oschman was the first guy from a medical perspective to notice this, and he wrote a book called Energy Medicine, which is now in its third edition or fourth edition. It's an awesome book about the nature of the connective tissue and electricity. Oschman is actually an osteopath, I believe, and the osteopaths really understand this. Osteopaths and chiropractors totally get this stuff. Healing is voltage. Healing is electricity. Healing is electrons. Healing is energy. That means energy medicine, electron energy, or electron medicine is the real deal. There is nothing airy-fairy about it. Inflammation, which is behind all disease, is almost like a definition of the opposite of electron energy. The opposite of electron energy is called oxidation. We all heard that term, oxidation. You probably said it yourself a million times. But from a chemical, what really is oxidation? It's anti-electron. It's negative electrons. It's electrons being stolen, being ripped off. When electrons are ripped off, inflammation results. Now, I will say that ripping off electrons, oxidation, it's functional. There's a reason the body does it. But when too many electrons are ripped off, we age, we deteriorate, we get inflammation, we get sick. That's what oxidation is about. Oh, yeah, burning is oxidation. You can see oxidation as light. So when an electron is stolen away, is ripped away, light is released. That's what a fire is. A fire is oxidation. It's a macroscopic vision of little quantum pieces of light being ripped off as oxygen, as electrons are being ripped off of things. In the case of a fire, usually it's a tree, a carbon. In any case, inflammation, aging, deterioration, anywhere in the body occurs via oxidation. That's the mechanism of disease. The mechanism of disease is the ripping off of electrical energy. What does that tell you? Well, if the ripping off of electrical energy, the ripping off of electrons is oxidation, that means electrons are antioxidation. Literally. And they're the best antioxidants. Electrons. Electrons are antioxidants. Electrons are anti-inflammatory. Electrons are anti-aging. Electrons are soothing. Electrons are healing. This is not airy-fairy. This is literally what is happening when we soothe the body or anti-inflame the body. We're contributing electrons. Pain relief is one of the most important applications for electron energy. Way, way more important than opiates. Electron healing and pain relief are almost literally synonymous. Opiates represent this gross, kind of large-scale, macro way of just hammering the body into submission. That's why when you take an opiate, you don't only get pain relief, you get all kinds of other effects. That's the problem with opiates, is you don't just get pain relief. But if you can figure out a way to shoot electrons into the body, you can get direct pain relief. And like I say, one of the best ways to do it is to walk barefoot in the soil. That's one of the most noticeable and replicatable, and all of these benefits have been replicated in scientific studies, and one of the most replicated benefits of earthing, walking barefoot in the soil, is pain relief, is anti-inflammation, is arthritis relief. Think about it. We, starting in the 1950s or maybe 1940s, we started to use rubber soles. We had synthetic soles. Rubber soles are highly insulating. In fact, shoes themselves are very insulating. But can you imagine what rubber soles are doing? Most of us are walking around from an electronic perspective off of the earth, literally. We're from a magnetic perspective, most of us are walking around not on the earth. We're slightly above it because of rubber soles. It's the electrons that connect us to everything. No wonder we feel so disconnected. Remember, health means whole. Disease is about disconnection. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. Okay, we are back on the bright side. Pharmacist Ben here. We've got lines open, 844-236-6010. Hang tight if you're on hold. We'll get to you here in just a couple moments. 844-236-6010 is our number, and we have lines open for you. If you have questions about the longevity products, the longevity business, our Truth Skin Health products, or a health challenge that you'd like help with, 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. I've been reading a lot about Alzheimer's disease lately. A lot of stuff coming out about vaccines for Alzheimer's disease and discovering the cause of Alzheimer's disease. Believe it or not, after 100 years, Alzheimer's disease was first defined or described in the early 1900s. It's about just a little over 100 years ago by a guy named Alois Alzheimer, who was a psychiatrist, and he noticed that there were people who were getting dementia at a very young age. Alzheimer's is technically early onset dementia. Dementia that happens as you get older is just Well, it's basically the same thing, but when it happens really early, they call it Alzheimer's disease. But it's really the same thing. There's nothing mysterious about Alzheimer's disease, people. Nothing mysterious about it. It is the most logical, common sense result of deterioration of the body. It's just the body deteriorating, except it happens to be the brain. When the heart deteriorates, we call it heart disease. When the joints deteriorate, we call it arthritis. When the liver deteriorates, we call it liver disease. It's just a deterioration of the body. It's nothing spectacular about it. Its most common feature are plaques called amyloid plaques. I'm sure you've heard of amyloid plaques if you know anything about dementia or Alzheimer's disease. Amyloid plaques are repair mechanisms for rotting tissue, for broken down tissue. If it happens, if the amyloid plaques show up in the joints, and they do, they show up everywhere. You can have Alzheimer's disease of the joints. You can have Alzheimer's disease of the liver. You can have Alzheimer's disease of the lungs. Amyloidosis is a disease that's exactly the same as Alzheimer's disease, but it doesn't happen in the brain. Alzheimer's disease is just amyloidosis, which is a repair mechanism, which is a type of fibrosis. It's fibrosis. Fibrosis is the way we age. Fibrosis is the way our bodies deteriorate. Fibrosis is nothing special. Pulmonary fibrosis, liver fibrosis, kidney fibrosis, brain fibrosis. Fibrosis is just fibers being secreted to patch up, to create patches. That's all Alzheimer's disease is. There's zero mystery about it. And that's why there will never be a cure for Alzheimer's disease, no matter how much you hear about vaccines and drugs for Alzheimer's disease. To this day, they can't do anything about it because it's just the end result of deterioration, largely because of sugar, but other things too. In fact, they call it type 3 diabetes now. But sugar is the main cause of deterioration of the body. Glycation, it's called. If you know anybody with dementia, not just Alzheimer's dementia, but any other kind of dementia, you can do incredible things with nutrition. In fact, probably the fastest part of the body to recover with nutritional supplementation and dietary strategies is the cognitive center, the brain. Why? Because cognition utilizes the most resources. The brain, it doesn't have to be cognition, it could be it could be the subconscious part of the brain. The brain in general utilizes most nutritional resources and oxygen. So as soon as you put nutrients in the body, the brain will benefit. And for most people in nursing homes, they are so deficient. Nursing homes, they don't have to be that bad. I've worked in plenty of nursing homes. And my dad died in a nursing home. And I've spent lots of time in nursing homes. And let me tell you something. It is tragic what people go through in nursing homes simply by eating, because they're subsisting on Jell-O and cake and orange juice and fake pancakes. It's so tragic. You could do amazing things with something as simple as the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and chicken soup. You know anybody in a nursing home, bring a Beyond Tangy Tangerine and chicken soup and watch what happens. In front of your eyes, it'll be like pouring water on a parched plant that hasn't been watered in weeks. If you come home from vacation, you hadn't watered your plants for a few days or a week or whatever, and then you come and then you pour water on them, you can actually almost in front of your eyes see the plant bloom and start to brighten up and start to get stronger and healthier. That's what it's like when you give somebody Beyond Tangy Tangerine or chicken soup who's been subsisting on nursing home food. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lots of lines open for you. Let's go to Patty and say good morning. Patty in Minnesota. What's it like in Minnesota today, Patty?
Hey, Patty? Ben, hi. Yeah,
hey,
I'm not doing a lot of earthing in
No, you're probably not, are you? Are you even going outside?
What's that?
Are you even going outside?
Oh, well, yeah, I have to.
Yeah? Yeah, I heard that you can get like frostbite in like 2 minutes or something. Is that right?
Yeah, it's nuts. It's brutal, but
give me like a feel. Is it minus 50 or something with the wind?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
It's gonna break today though, and then And then we're going to be 40 on Sunday or something.
Okay,
ridiculous.
all right. So it's a little thing you could talk about for the rest of your life, probably. So is it like in the house? Is it still cold in the house, or can you? It's not a problem inside.
It's not bad, but we're all
Okay.
told to turn our heat down because some people have been out of power because we're sucking up all the power.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in
Yeah.
Minnesota. That's for sure. So what's going on? How can I help you today, Patty?
Anyway, 2 quick questions. I've got a young lady in her 20s. She's got itchy bumps on her scalp.
Are you doing longevity?
No.
Are you okay? So here's the deal. Are you a practitioner?
No.
Okay, so you just have a friend who's got a problem on the
Yeah,
scalp?
this is my daughter. My daughter's really good friend. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. Anything that shows up on the skin in the way of flakiness or itching or bumps, as you describe them, needs to be backtracked to the fatty part of the body, the fatty system. Skin's very responsive to fats. And when I say fats, I'm not just talking about things like fatty vitamins and essential fatty acids. They're definitely important, but also minerals that are fatty, specifically zinc and selenium. In fact, it's interesting because scalp problems like dandruff and psoriasis on the scalp are usually treated by using Head and Shoulders, which is zinc, or Selsun Blue, which is selenium. So I would be doing zinc, selenium, zinc picolinate, 50 milligrams a day, which everybody should be doing. And then the ultimate selenium from Longevity, or if you're doing selenium, or wherever you get your selenium, maybe 4 to 600 micrograms a day. Selenium-containing foods can help. Garlic, onions are selenium-containing. You could even make a paste with garlic and onions and put it right on the scalp if you can get to the scalp. That will deliver sulfur and also selenium to the skin. And also sulfur is helpful too, by the way, MSM sulfur. And then the fats. And this is true. Everything I'm telling you now is, everything I'm telling you, Patty, is true for anybody with dandruff, psoriasis, eczema, flaky skin of any kind. These are all very important mechanisms. The skin on the scalp is the same as the skin on the hands or the feet or the butt or anywhere else. It's all skin is skin. So these are true for all skin health issues. Zinc, selenium, garlic and onions are my favorite ways to get selenium and sulfur, also MSM sulfur. And then don't forget about your essential fatty acids, omega-3s and omega-6s, vitamin A, 20,000 international units a day. I know it sounds like a lot. And then the entire, all your nutrients with those specific nutrients. Hang on, Patty. We got to take a break. We'll finish up when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. All right, we're back on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open. We're talking to Patty in Minnesota. Hey, Patty, you there?
Yeah,
Patty?
you said 20,000 units of, I didn't catch.
20,000 IU of vitamin A a day. But you
Okay.
always want to make sure when you're taking your vitamin A, you take it with everything. You don't want to take it just by itself. Vitamin D is also important, and the best way to get vitamin D is from the sun. Of course, you're not going to really be out in the sun, probably in Minnesota for a little bit. So what I would do is I do a sun lamp and put it right on the head.
Well, this girl's actually in California.
Oh, let's have her get some good real sun then.
Yeah,
She's out in
yeah.
California. Sun is really helpful for all skin health issues, ironically, because we're all told to stay out of the sun to keep our skin healthy. And the exact opposite is the case, although you don't want to burn. And
Right.
you don't want to overdo it, but a little bit of sun is very, very important for vitamin D. The vitamin D we get from the sun is of a superior form than any other kind of vitamin D. And that's
Yep.
really how you want to get your vitamin D, ideally. Now, if you can't, if you're in Minnesota, then eat fish. And then also a sun lamp is great if you can get a vitamin D sun lamp. And then all of this is helpful for eczema, for psoriasis, for acne, or for just general skin health. Don't forget the fats, the essential fatty acids, both omega-6s and omega-3s, as well as vitamin E. And you can, if you want to do support all of that with good food source of these kinds of nutrients, what I call the cholesterol complex is extremely important for skin. The cholesterol complex is a complex of nutrients including lecithin and vitamin E and vitamin K and vitamin A and all phospholipids in general. These kinds of nutrients used to be called Factor X. A guy named Weston Price, many of you have heard of Weston Price, called these nutrients Factor X. They're found in eggs and they're found in dairy primarily and organ meats. And I call the factor X the cholesterol complex, and that is extremely important for skin health issues, especially dry skin, flaky skin, itchy skin, and the bumps that you're describing. Okie doke.
And you said 20,000 IU of vitamin A.
Yes, A is an apple.
Okay, because you mentioned vitamin E also.
400 international units of vitamin E. I like mixed tocopherols. And then use, you might, depending on how itchy it is, sometimes retinol will help, depending. It may cause more itching. It may cause more itching, so you got to be a little bit careful with that. And then also, my omega-6 healing cream might help as well. If you can get it, it's kind of heavy, so it might stick to the hair. But if she can get it on that area, it might be soothing for her. Okay.
Can I ask another quick one?
Of course. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Dealing with weight loss, I'm in a dispute with someone over what % would you say is diet and what % is exercise, roughly?
That's a tough question. I don't know the percentages. They're both important. If you had to pick one over the other, diet is probably more important, but they're both important. It's not like I would say percent. I don't know what you mean by percentages. 90, 10, 80, 20. I mean, they're both important, but diet's more important.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to, I can't really quantify it, but I would say diet is definitely more important if you're going to do one or the other, but you really want to do both. And exercise doesn't have to be that strenuous. It could be something fun. It could be just getting on a rebounder. It could be skating. Yeah. It doesn't have to be like in the gym with your, gym equipment and
just moving.
Changing your, it's just up and down the stairs. I want to get one more call in, Patty. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate it. And stay warm. Stay warm in Minnesota. All right, let's go to Mike in the Bronx. Good morning, Mike. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me good? I'm actually on my way to get IV nutrition. Can you hear me?
Oh, good for you. In the Bronx?
Okay.
In the Bronx?
No, I'm actually driving up to Connecticut, though. That's where I'm going to get it. But yeah. Actually, about exercise too. So actually, I'm feeling really good because this is the first time I'm going back to the gym with all this nutrition info. I mean, I'm doing everything that you mentioned, and also I know about the extra rest now. So I'm really excited to get back into the gym.
Good deal.
So,
how old are you? How old are you, Mike?
36.
And how long have you been listening to the program?
About almost a year, about maybe 10 months now. So,
okay, good. Okay, so you got a good feel for my philosophy and all that. Extra rest is a good concept, isn't it? The idea that you got to rest. Let me just say this real quick for our list, for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about here. Extra rest is the idea that you have to rest to take advantage of the power of the exercise. Overtraining is counterproductive. The rest period is when tissue grows. So that you want to stimulate it and then back off and rest. Go ahead. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, so I guess the thing now is that I was a fat kid growing up, and I want to actually build some muscle and, not necessarily be a bodybuilder. But so, and then I hear different things. So I guess the question is, what to eat, when to eat, because I hear things about like human growth hormone and that sometimes eating can interrupt that. So
eating does. You got to be, overeating. Calories tell the body it doesn't have to work. It doesn't have to work. Does that make sense? Calories tell the body to stand down a little bit. However, lack of calories, just a touch of it, a little bit of deficiency, you don't want to starve, you need nutrients, but a touch of deficiency will force the body to grow muscle because the body will try to get you to get muscle so you can go out and forage. Now, every time I say this, somebody will bring up how many calories a bodybuilder eats. And that's true. Bodybuilders and professional athletes will ingest more calories, but they're really working hard. Most people aren't athletes and bodybuilders. So you can't use that as an example of how important calories are. Calories to the average person turn the body off for the average person. We're way over-calorized. So slightly under-calorizing yourself through intermittent fasting and calorie restriction is a really important strategy. You got to make sure you have your micronutrients. Remember, the micronutrients help the body utilize the energy, the calories. Does that make sense? You've probably heard me say that before, right? The micronutrients are the key. So you want to saturate your body with micronutrients and keep the calories down. And the calories should be basically coming from protein and fat as much as possible. Carbs are really problematic with the exception of veggies. The carbs you get from veggies come with other micronutrients, so those are really important. But grain carbs and refined carbs and flour and starches, they're not your friend if you're trying to bodybuild or muscle build.
Timing wise, so after, should I wait a certain time after the workout, or should it be?
Right after the workout is best.
Okay.
Right after the workout is best. And by the way, there's a really cool book called The Warrior's Diet by a guy named Hoffmeckler. I don't even know how to spell his name. I think it's Hoffmekler. Ori Hoffmeckler, I'm pretty sure his name is. The Warrior's Diet. It's a great book that explains in a a very unusual way, counter to a lot of standard ideas about bodybuilding. It has a very interesting and biochemically valid and accurate way of describing a diet that really is very, very important for building muscle. And by the way, Mike, you want to build muscle, but everything we're talking about for you is extra important for somebody who's frail, like an older person. Okay? So I don't want people out there to think, I'm not in the gym, I'm not a gym rat, I don't care about my muscle. No. The leading cause of death among elderly people is hip fractures. So building your muscle and building your bones and building your connective tissue is powerfully anti-aging. It's not just for people who want to be a gym rat or who are athletes or want to look good in their t-shirts or in their bathing suits. It's important for anti-aging and for strength and power. Especially for frail people in nursing homes, elderly folks, that kind of thing. All right, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Okay, and, Mike.
Just real quick, with vegetable juices, because I really want to drink it, but the taste, is there any way to make it taste?
Yes, spice it up.
How do you do that?
Spice it up. You like spices?
Yeah.
Are you Italian? What's your ethnicity?
I'm African American, but I eat anything.
African American. Perfect. Use cayenne. Use Jamaica jerk. Jamaica jerk and tomatoes and cucumbers and celery. Oh my God, Mike.
Okay.
You're gonna blow you away. Get some stuff called Tony Chachere's. You ever hear that?
Okay.
Just go to some gourmet store and get some good spices. You don't even have to be creative about it, but you could put salt and pepper and ginger and. Just go crazy. Enjoy it. It's so delicious when you have spices. Spices make veggies. For people who don't like veggies, spices are the secret. Spices and fats are the secret for anybody who doesn't like veggies, especially salt. All right, Mike. Gotta go. Thanks for your call. Good luck. Drive safe, buddy. All right. That's all the time we have for today on The Bright Side. Thanks for listening. I am Pharmacist Ben. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. Don't forget to check out our websites, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, criticalhealthnews.com for all the longevity products, and truthtreatments.com for all our Truth Skin Health products. All right. That's it. Bye for now.